Alright, welcome back to Chrono Trigger RNG Manip. So, we're picking up, if you haven't seen the intro video, that's where I explain what RNG Manip is and how it works for Chrono Trigger on PC. This is the second video. Last video I showed the simple Naga Manip. Today I want to show you Yakra Manip and Dragon Tank Manip. Both of which are on the same seed. So there is a backup Dragon Tank Manip. I don't think there's a backup Yakra Manip. But if you've seen my glitchless Chrono Trigger videos, you know that when we do Yakra, we usually do a couple fights and we get X strikes so that we can do like 6 X strikes and an attack and it kills Yakra. Well, for RNG Manip, we have a couple crits baked in. And so we save some time by not doing those extra fights to get X Strike and just auto battle through it. Anyways, this part, I do want to say that this seed is all based on the new game seed, and the new game seed gives us the Naga Manip, and then the Yakra Manip, and then the Dragon Tank Manip, all strung together. The thing with the Yakra Manip here is it expects, after you've done this fight here and you've done the organ, it expects a couple tech heals because, as I said before, tech heals advance the RNG seed and as do room transitions. So it already expects the room transitions we're going to take, so that's fine. But yeah, it's going to expect, let's see, I think it's 4 and 4. So we're going to slurp Chrono 4 times. We're going to slurp Frog 4 times. The other important thing is that battle speed 5 is required for this Yakra Manip. So unfortunately, because that's a very slow battle speed, in the future we'd like to set up find a better Manip. But this is what we got right now. So anyway, so we just did this fight here. We're going to do the standard equips with the new swords. We're going to do the strength capsule on Chrono. We're not going to do the ether. We're going to save that because we're not going to X strike, so we don't need an ether on Chrono here. All right, and then of course Frog. So we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, and you'll notice that 2 of those didn't make a sound, or you might have heard a sound, but that still counts as advancing the RNG. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You can kind of hear it. All right, and then battle speed 5. And then we're gonna go do some Yakra. All right. So Yakra also, ideally, Luca is at 65 health or less here to make this Manip work correctly. It should be that way just from the last couple fights, or the last fight anyway, but something to watch out for. So yes, we're going to auto battle 5 times, so we're going to let 5 attacks go through, and then he's going to hit Luca. Luca's going to potion Chrono. All right, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now we're going to potion Chrono. We hit Luca twice. It might be because I started off weird. All right, we're going to wait a beat and then auto battle. And now the needles should go to Luca. Yeah, okay. So now Luca's gone. He won't AoE at all for the fight. And we're just going to auto battle through this. Frog has a couple crits baked in. I'd really like if we had some Chrono crits in here too, but it just hasn't worked out seed-wise yet. But yeah, this is the fight. This is actually a lot faster because we don't have to take the 3 extra fights that you usually have to take to get X strike. All right, the other thing to note is since that is battle speed 5, if you leave it on battle speed 5 here, you're going to have a tough time with the guards on the way to Dragon Tank. And so immediately I want to switch back to battle speed 3. before we head out. So basically, if we're on battle speed 5, you can't hit. There's one of the screens where the one guard's coming at two guards coming at you, and you can hit one with Cyclone and then hit the next one with Cyclone before they get to you. If you're on battle speed 5, you're not going to make it before they come hit you. So yeah, we want to be on battle speed 3 for that. All right, this is all standard stuff. I think we'll maybe fast forward through this part. Okay, and we're back. And we are in the jail cell. So this is all pretty standard. So this going all the way to Dragon Tank is going to be the same as you would expect, but it's a little strict. So like I said, every encounter advances the RNG seed by 1. And since this seed, we are following this seed since the beginning of the game, you know, we have to stay strictly to that. So that means gotta get every shield skip. And it means we have to get every stealth guard situation. Alright, so these guys, thankfully these guys should be the same on this Manip. As soon as this guy goes down, you can get him because he's going to turn the other way. This guy I struggle with sometimes because he can be really fast sometimes when he turns towards you. But yeah, anyways, we got him. So if you get an extra encounter there because you did not stealth, you are no longer on the Dragon Tank crit seed that we want, and you'll have to run the backup. But we're still on it, so we're gonna be cool here. We're on tech, we're gonna Cyclone. Now here, we would usually do battle speed 6 on glitchless. We can do battle speed 5 with this Manip, which is kind of cool. We're also going to give Chrono an ether because when we got him extra levels for Yakra, he had more MP, and so he was more ready for Dragon Tank. Look, his MP now, he only has 6 MP for Dragon Tank, which won't be enough, basically. So this is a little more of a... This Dragon Tank fight is a little more scripted and slightly different from glitchless. And before we go much further, we're going to do an extra room transition. So this is your first extra room transition that we've had to do for a Manip. We're going to get Luca back, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go out, back in, and then back out. That is an extra room transition. Every time you do an extra room transition that is out and in, it advances the seed by 33. Don't know why it's that many, but that's what happens. So we should be on the seed right now where Chrono's going to get 2 crits, which is really ideal because we're underleveled because we skipped X-Drake going to Yakra. So with that in mind, I'm going to talk through the Manip while we do it. Also a note, if you have to use the backup Manip for Dragon Tank, you would open the screen, close the game, hit the Dragon Tank button, open the game again, and go. You don't need to do an extra room transition. In fact, if you did an extra room transition at that point, it would screw it up, so don't do that. But yeah, the room transition is just to keep us on the same seed if we're still on track. Alright, so Chrono's going to attack, Luca's going to attack, Chrono's going to attack, then Luca's going to auto-attack the body after, you have to wait till after Dragon Tank rushes us. Alright, there's 1. Luca's on item after Yakra, 2. Chrono's second. So that's 2 crits. Now we're going to wait and do auto-attack as soon as he charges. And then we're going to do 1 more attack with Chrono. And then we should be able to cycle in with Chrono. Luca's going to get ATB first, so just go over to it. And then potion with Luca. That should kill the head. Potion with Luca. Chrono's going to Cyclone again. And then Luca's going to be ready on tech for Fire Whirl. Luca's going to get hit by the counterattack laser. That's why we potioned her. Everybody lives. Alright, and we're Fire Whirl and we're done. That is the Dragon Tank Manip, friends. So yeah, it's slightly different from the glitchless. We have to auto attack the body for a little more damage because we're not going to do enough damage to get that final kill shot otherwise. But yeah, and then we get in 2 chrono crits in there for extra damage on the head as well. So yeah, I think that's it for this video. Next video I'm going to cover Zombor into Masamune into Nizbel, I think. So that's actually all one seed. So this seed is the new game seed, goes all the way through Nizbel actually, if you can make it go that long. But there's a little bit of extra room transitions on the way to Zombor that you have to deal with, and a couple more tech heals as well. But the nice thing is, if you mess something up before you get to Zombor, Zombor has a Manip that goes from Zombor through Masamune through Nizbel as well. So stay tuned for more videos.